Yo, what's going on, Karma Nation? It's your boy Tristan, aka Sriracha DFS, coming to you guys back once again with another NBA DFS DraftKings Picks video for December 23rd, 2022. Main point of the video is to give you guys a overview of the slate, give you guys the best picks from each team, hopefully make you guys cash. If you guys are new here, please make sure to subscribe to the DFS Karma YouTube channel for more daily media content like this one. And of course, if you do appreciate the content, if you do like it, if this does help you, please go ahead and push that like button. Greatly appreciate it as always. And also make sure you're in our free chat room where we discuss things DFS 24/7 all day, every day. We got DFS, sports betting, props, crypto, for all sports. As well. Not crypto for all sports, but we got the sports betting props, DFS for all sports as well. So go ahead, check that out if you're interested. Chatdfs.com. And yeah, with that being said, we had a nice 3-game slate last night. Not too shabby. Obviously, if you saw the De'Aaron Fox news, then you locked Halliburton in everything you had. Smashed. And I think the key was picking the right Milwaukee value and having freaking Bismack Biyombo. And I had a lot of Bismack Biyombo at the beginning of the day, ended up getting off of it for I forgot for what reason, and it costed because he dropped a 50 bomb. So obviously regrets there, but not too bad of a night besides that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get in this slate. We got 9 games slated for us today. Starting at Lakers-Miami, we got LeBron James probable. Anthony Davis is a game-time decision, and that's huge news for the squad because if AD plays, everybody gets a bump down. Everybody's basically priced, or I guess overpriced, because no one was expecting AD to come back like this. And it's huge news. So we're going to have to see about that. Good thing it's the first game of the slate. So we will get that AD news before lock. I honestly think he doesn't play. I don't even know how he got from not playing and no timetable for return to game time decision. So I don't think he plays at all, from a Laker fan himself. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But if he does sit again, it's not the best matchup for the Lakers. Miami better in defense, I guess, recently than usual. Or my mistake. Miami hasn't been great at defense recently, but they are known for their defense. Not a great matchup for Westbrook, Malik Monk, any of these value guys. I'm probably not going to touch them here just because the spot is not great and there should be value elsewhere. On the Miami side, we have Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry out, Victor Oladipo out, PJ Tucker questionable, Markieff Morris, KZ Okpala, Marcus Garrett out. So again, the people who have been getting bumps the last couple of games are still in play, aka Jimmy Butler, who has costed me 2 slates in a row now. Maybe he'll repay me by going off against my Lakers, and I honestly could see it because we suck at defense. So Jimmy Butler, good play there, high upside. Bam is not so bad. 7.8K is a little pricey, but he has a high floor here in this matchup. And then the bench guys, or the wing guys who have seen an uptick in minutes and who I've called out like literally every game since Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry have been out. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and Duncan Robinson, all in play again. All good plays, especially against a fast-paced, I think top 5 in pace Lakers team. Their defense has slowly improved, but still pretty cheeks. So that means all those wing players are in play again. And if I were to choose one, probably Strus. I think he's the most talented shooter-wise. Duncan Robinson, probably the most inconsistent. And Gabe Vincent, the guy who probably doesn't shoot as much as the other guys. Chicago at Orlando. Next game on the slate, we have Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., Jordan Bell, Patrick Williams, all out, meaning that you'll see a Ayo Dosunmu as another key part of the Chicago offense, but he's really pricey at 5.9K. I don't think I'm going to go there personally. But they all do see big bumps. Vucevic, DeRozan, White, Dosunmu, probably the main guys for Chicago tomorrow. You'll see, I believe, Tyler Cook start. He's worth a punt in GPPs. I probably won't go there, but he will start, I believe. One guy I'm mainly looking at is Vucevic. Orlando sucks inside. It's a Vuce revenge game, and he does benefit with Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball being out, especially with Lonzo Ball being out. So Alex Caruso is going to be out for a while too. So DeMar and Vucevic have to carry this team against an Orlando squad who's not so great either. But I do like Vuce and DeRozan for sure. On the Orlando side, we have Markelle Fultz, Michael Carter-Williams, R.J. Hampton, Jonathan Isaac, Eton Moore, B.J. Johnson out. Terrence Ross is questionable, and it's decent news because gives the guards more secured minutes. Someone like Suggs, more secure minutes. Someone like Cole Anthony, more secure minutes, and Cole Anthony's been sucking. So Suggs has been that guy. He's been putting up numbers ever since he came back from injury. But again, it's going to be tough. Chicago is, well, I guess not as good as defense as they are from the beginning of the season because they are heavily injured. So this could be a place to attack Chicago. If that's the case, I'm looking at Jalen Suggs. I think Franz Wagner's not bad at 5.3K. His price has gone down severely. Wendell, if he has no minutes limit, I do like him. I like this spot for him. Revenge game as well. And besides that, Cole Anthony and GPPs. Mo Bamba and GPPs, but nothing solidified for those guys. Next game, Portland at Toronto. Damian Lillard out. Norman Powell out. Larry Nance out. Cody Zeller out. And we have Nasir Little and Dennis Smith as both probable. So they're both going to be playing in this game, meaning that the starting five should again be Nurkic, McCollum, Simons, Covington, Little. Those are the main guys for this team as of now. They will be the main guys. With that being said, I'm not too sure if I'd attack or if I'd go towards anyone on this team. Maybe some CJ at 7.5K. Ever since he's come back from injury, his minutes have been increasing slightly, and so is his production. So 7.5K for a maybe 40 DraftKings points result, not so bad. Definitely some upside here for him too. Besides that, maybe Anthony in GPPs, super low owned, 7.3K. His price has gone down, but of course he has to share the ball with McCollum now, so upside is definitely limited. Moving on, Toronto, Cambridge, Aaron Baines, Dragic, David Johnson out. So we saw finally Nick Nurse playing more than 7 guys with Gary Trent coming back. I believed he did play around 8 or 9, so the rotation is expanding, meaning that dudes like Boucher and Precious Achua are out of play now. He did play on mad minutes when Gary Trent was in. Give me 1 sec. Again, Toronto might be unplayable now. At least multiple Gary Trent, 4.8K in a basically revenge game spot. He played 29 minutes last game, and I do think he'll have increased minutes as the games go by since he just returned from an ankle injury, I believe. Like I said, revenge game. Portland is not great at D. Gary Trent shoots a ton of shots, a lot of threes as well, so it helps with the DraftKings bonus. And he's very cheap. A few steals, maybe like 4 threes, and you're looking good. But obviously you're looking for more. So, but he's usually around 5.5 to 6K. So you're getting him at a very cheap price here. Atlanta at Charlotte, next game on the slate. We have, Kevin Huerter. Bogdanovic out. Danilo Gallinari questionable. And Huerter is questionable, which could be big. Because if Huerter's out, means Bog and Huerter will be out, leaving the wing spot to be filled by someone like Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot. especially if Gallinari sits as well. If he sits, then you're going to have their wings be very depleted. They don't have Reddish anymore. Bogue is out. If Huerter's out and Gallinari out, then you're going to be looking at maybe even Kevin Knox play. But you're going to see some Luwalu Cabarro, maybe some Kevin Knox, a ton of DeAndre Hunter, and I think Hunter might be one of my locks tomorrow if Huerter and Gallinari become out, because he's going to see around 35 minutes at the wing, and it's going to be insane. We're going to see if Capella goes off his minutes limit. If he is off his minutes limit, it's a perfect matchup for him. Charlotte is cheeks at the center spot. They can't guard centers, so 7.3K where he should be like in this matchup, maybe around 8K. You're getting him at a price discount. Of course, you want to see if he does have a mids limit. John Collins gets a bump if Huerter and Gallinari are out as well. And of course, Trey is always great in GPPs, especially in a matchup like this. On the Charlotte side, Jalen McDaniels out. Doesn't really do much. Plumlee's in a decent matchup, but he's not getting the minutes. PJ Washington finally saw 20-something minutes last game, and I don't think he will again, just because of the matchup against Clint Capella / John Collins. But if we knew that he would get minutes, and he's obviously a GPP play because we don't know. He's very cheap, 4.3K, has 30-point DK potential, DK point upside. 4.3K. I mean, he's a great GPP play. He's a boomer bust play in my opinion, and definitely could help you take down if he does go off. But again, like I said, it's hard to see in this sort of matchup with Clint Capella on the other side. So they might run Plumlee a little more, which makes him maybe a good GPP play. But it's one or the other here with PJ and Plumlee. Moving forward, LaMelo Ball is now down to 8.2K in a great matchup. He's seen upwards of around 9K something in price tag, and he has been performing lately. Could look for a bounce back here in a great matchup against Atlanta, top 5 in pace, top 5 bottom defense, or bottom 5 in defense, sorry. But the thing is, they're all healthy, so when you do pick one of these guys, I don't think that all of them will go off. I do think it's going to be one or two that goes off in this matchup, but they are primed for it. Philly at San Antonio next game. We have Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Shake Milton, Danny Green, Matisse Thybulle, Grant Riller all out. And with that, Joel Embiid has been carrying the team by himself. Tobias Harris finally had a good game last game. Tyrese Maxey had a decent game last game. But Joel Embiid has been single-handedly carrying this team. And they did lose to the Clippers after being up 20. Very sad. Lost a bunch of parlays on that day because of Philly. But I'm not salty. I'm going to go back to these guys in a good matchup against San Antonio, who is, I think, bottom 10 in defense. Very fast in pace as well. So Tobias Harris looks nice at 7.2K. But, of course, I am the Tobias cursor. When I play him, you guys need to fade him because he usually sucks when I play him. And then when I fade him, he usually goes off. So I fade him last game, goes off. Today I'm going to play him. I don't know if you guys should. But I like his matchup. Pace is there. Usage is there with Seth out. Tyrese Maxey also in play. 6.2K is priced right. But Seth Curry being out definitely gives him a bump as well. Kork Maz, definitely a GPP play. He started last game, but he was complete cheeks in 39 minutes. He was complete cheeks. So we're going to have to see if he bounces back. I do think he's a great play at 4K. He's definitely a GPP play because you see his floor right here. So, but he definitely could put it up in a 4K price tag. It's very cheap for him. So moving on, San Antonio side. Everyone's healthy. You see it here. Everyone's healthy. With that being said, I do like Poeltl. He's going to have to be needed for this matchup against Joel Embiid. And assuming he doesn't get in foul trouble, I do think he pays off that price tag for sure. Derek White was 4 for 16 from the field last game and had 35 DK points. That's something to note because, I mean, DeJounte needs help. And Derek White's only 6.2K, so that does give him a little bit of a ceiling here if he sees the same amount of usage. saying that DeJounte Murray should be the focal point of the Philly defense tomorrow. We might see a Derek White pop-off game, especially after DeJounte Murray just popped off last game. So that's noted in my GPP plays tomorrow as well. Derek White, 6.2K, really cheap. And besides that, I'd only choose these top three guys. I don't think I'd go to anyone else under him. Moving on, Memphis at Dallas, next game on the slate. And this is an interesting one. Desmond Bane out, Dylan Brooks out, Kyle Anderson, Tyus Jones still out, Sam Merrill as well. And questionable, we have Brandon Clark and Steven Adams, a.k.a. their bigs. If they both were to sit, you're going to see a bunch of Xavier Tillman, I believe, and Jaren Jackson Jr. And Jaren Jackson's only 6.5K. Of course, he's GPP for me because he almost always gets in foul trouble. And against the Dallas squad that seems to feed some of their guys inside, Dwight Powell sometimes off the pick and roll. Kristaps Porzingis is one of the second usage guy on the team behind Luka. So you're going to have to be careful if Clark and Adams do sit. But like I said, Tillman should be seeing a lot of minutes tomorrow if those two were to sit. Besides that, Conchar is still 4.4K. He's definitely worth a look there, especially if Adams and Clark sit. They're going to be missing a lot of rebounding, and John Conchar had 17 rebounds in one game. So I do love John Conchar tomorrow. D'Anthony Melton was a pivot play last game, and he saw a bunch of minutes, which he hasn't seen in a while. Definitely another GPP play for me, seeing that he doesn't have consistent minutes. And then Ja Morant should be one of the big spend-ups tomorrow. He's been seeing over 35% percent usage with all these guys being out. He's carrying the team. He seems unstoppable. Nothing more or much more needs to be said. Dallas side, we have Sterling Brown out, Andy Morey out. Besides that, no one else is injured. And because of that, it's tough to play anyone on this team besides the people who are not priced right, aka Porzingis. I think he should be priced up a little more. 7.4K. Actually, with Luka back, or playing with Luka, that's around the right price. Maybe around 7.6, 7.8 is what he should be priced appropriately at. So you're getting him at maybe a little bit of a discount here. Not too much. Memphis matchup, if Steven Adams and Clark sit, definitely in his favor. I do like him there. Besides that, THJ and GPPs. Dorian Finney-Smith is really cheap for some reason, 4.5K. Maybe it's because he hasn't been producing, but he's definitely worth a look in GPPs as well. And then Luka, you can always play Luka. Always definitely, I guess, consistent play there, but sometimes his upside is capped. Moving on, Detroit at Denver. On the Detroit side, we have Kelly Olynyk out, just came back. Now he's out again. Jeremy Grant out, Frank Jackson out, Luke Garza out. Killian Hayes is questionable, which could be big news because if not, you're going to see Corey Joseph be in the starting lineup. And we saw a Cade explosion last game against Utah. I guess Detroit just always plays well against Utah. It's so interesting. But Cade has gone off twice against Utah this season. So mind that pattern if they do end up meeting again. If Killian Hayes is out, more ball touches to Cade Cunningham. And Ronnie McGruder, definitely worth a look in GPPs for value. Besides that, don't think I'd go to anywhere else. Here, maybe Trey Lyles is in play again because you're going to see Stewart and Lyles split the center minutes. Lyles is in sort of a revenge game here because he did play for Denver. But actually, I do think I'd like him in GPPs tomorrow. Stewart should be handling Jokic, and I don't know if he's going to be able to. So we might see a bunch of Lyles tomorrow. Definitely worth a look at GPPs. Denver side, Jamal Murray out, Michael Porter Jr. out. JaMychal Green is questionable. Jeff Green is questionable as well. If those two guys sit, they're going to need some backup in the wing spot, aka Aaron Gordon minutes should be solidified. Will Barton minutes should be solidified. We might see some Bryn Forbes tomorrow at the 2 spot, and Will Barton move to the 3 if those wings, Jeff Green and JaMychal, are out. We saw Bryn Forbes put up 13 shots in his debut. Definitely worth a look in GPPs at 3.1K. Could go off for 25. Amazing value at that price if he were to. So make sure you see that news. Watch the news. We could see some Zeke Naji play some of the 4 spot if Jermichael and Jeff were to miss. And I think that's it. I think I covered everything. Obviously, Jokic is in a great spot because Detroit is not great inside. And yeah, Brooklyn against Minnesota. KD out still. Joe Harris, Paul Millsap out as well. Nick Claxton is questionable. He has missed the past 4 games. And because of that, we've seen a lot more of LaMarcus Aldridge, some Day'Ron Sharpe, but they are rolling with LaMarcus now, which I have predicted ever since he came back. Nailed him twice now on both slates. Minnesota's a decent matchup. 5.4K is not bad. If he sees his 30 minutes again with Claxton out, he's not bad at a play there. Patty Mills, definitely a GPP play, could pop off. He missed a ton of threes last game. Missed a lot of shots as well, but they won pretty handily. They won, but Kyrie Irving, James Harden run the show. We've known that. We do know that. So with that being said, those 2 guys are the main focal points here. Again, with some of LaMarcus, maybe a Patty in GPPs, but we have to wait for that Nick Claxton news, which is going to be the big thing here. On the Minnesota side, they have a great matchup against Brooklyn. Brooklyn has been keeping things competitive for all the teams that they played recently, so I do like this game a lot. Anthony Edwards is 7.1K, so cheap against this Brooklyn squad. I like him a lot in this matchup. If Patrick Beverley sits, D'Angelo Russell definitely worth a play. His upside is there with Beverley out. Towns 9.3K, not bad either in GPPs, but the guy I'm feeling most confident about is probably Anthony Edwards at 7.1K. Vanderbilt, not bad, 5.6K. Beasley, if Beverly sits, I like him. But yeah, AE, my main guy there. Utah at Golden State, last game on the slate. We have Donovan Mitchell out, biggest news there, and then we have some even bigger news. Rudy Gobert questionable, Bogdan Bogdanovic probable, Hassan Whiteside questionable. With that, we won't get this news until probably before the last game. Well, this is the last game, so we probably won't get that news until the end of the slate, which sucks because if Rudy Gobert does sit and Hassan Whiteside plays, we're going to want Whiteside. If both of them sit, we're going to want probably Pascal or Rudy Gay. Rudy Gay is actually perfect in this matchup if Gobert and Whiteside were not to play here. And I might hedge with some for late night, for that late night hammer. I'm not too sure yet, but Royce O'Neal and Rudy Gay do look good here if Rudy Gobert and Hassan Whiteside were to sit. Ingles obviously a definite play as well because he's been slotted in the starting lineup with Donovan Mitchell out. But again, if Gobert and Whiteside sit, that's huge news. Bogdanovic probably an amazing play. Royce O'Neal a great play, and Rudy Gay an amazing play as well. So we're gonna have to keep eyes on that news. Hopefully it comes before lock. I don't expect it to. On the Golden State side, Draymond Green out, James Wiseman out, Andre Iguodala will be out as well. Klay Thompson coming back, 5.6K. Don't think that he will get his minutes bump here yet. He saw big shots against the Indiana Pacers, but that was because the game was super close. 0 for 7 from threes. I do think he bounces back, but 5.6K is too much of a price tag to pay for someone playing under 25 minutes. If Rudy Gobert plays, Kevon Looney will be greatly needed in this matchup, but I don't think he smashes like he has been. Kuminga has sold me the past 2 slates because Kerr doesn't want to start him anymore. Besides that, I don't think I'd go to anyone on this side just because, Draymond's out, but the matchup isn't so great. Players are priced right. Klay Thompson is back, so I don't think I'm going to be touching anyone on this side. But yeah, that wraps up this NBA DFS DraftKings Picks video for January 23rd, 2022. Again, if you enjoyed the content, if you use the information, if it helps you at all, please go ahead, like the video, because helps us out, helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the DFS Karma YouTube channel for more daily media content like this one. And yeah, have a great Sunday. Good luck in your contests tomorrow, and have a good one. I'm out. Peace.